Nice to meet you. My name is Lisa Fredericks, and I'm here to let you know that your husband Martin and I are in an intimate relationship now.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? He's my husband, though.
I'm saying that we've been seeing each other in secret, but now that cat's out of the bag. We're madly in love, and things are very serious now. And he's so hot. I can't not have him all to myself anymore.
Okay, but what the heck? Martin is my husband!
Well, don't think too much, okay? Just give him to me.
Are you sure you aren't talking about someone else?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not mistaken. You're Adriana McDonald, right? And your husband is Martin McDonald.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, this must all be the real deal then, huh? In other words, he really is having an affair with you.
It's probably hard for you to process right now, but I'm sure you'll understand here shortly. I made sure to prepare for any outcome that might come from telling you. But it seems you're handling this a lot better than I thought. You're no fun to mess with.
Well, I'm so sorry for my lack of enthusiasm at the moment.
Did you never believe that your husband loved you in the first place, then?
Well, when I really think about it, there were all sorts of vague things going on with him. He's been coming home later every night, and he'd always be texting someone when we were in bed together. And recently, he's even been spending a lot more money. So all of the red flags were there, actually.
Well, when you're being cheated on, things like that will tend to show up, huh? So I'm sure you're not too shocked then.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I am still floored. But more than that, I'm just glad I found the answer I've been looking for. And also, we have sort of been in a bad relationship for a while now, so I'm not all too into him anymore.
Oh, what? This is getting interesting. And you're pretty blunt about that, huh? Now I can understand why he cheated on you. I'm sure that when he would come home to you, you weren't very entertaining at all. I bet you never took care of him. So he had to find his satisfaction somewhere else, and thank God he found it in me.
All right. Feel free to think what you want. Why do you want to talk to me anyway? Is there a reason for texting me this late? Was it just to tell me that you're my husband's new toy?
I just wanted to say that I'm going to be borrowing your husband from now on is all. And actually, the two of us just got engaged. But since you're still around, the two of us can't get married legally just yet. Do you get what I'm telling you here?
I see. So you are just trying to get me out of the picture then. Well, I have one more question before we proceed with all of that. How did the two of you meet each other?
We met at my part-time job. It all started off with your husband calling out to me there.
Oh, wow. Are you serious?
When we first met there, I knew he was going to be the man I needed. So before he left, we made plans for a date the next day. That's right. I work at a strip club, you see.
What? How old are you then?
Just turned 23.
Wow. Pretty young, aren't you? And that's a pretty big age gap the two of you have if you want to get married.
Well, as you know, men are usually attracted to younger and more beautiful women in general, right? And I heard that you're already past 30. Poor you. I'd say you've gone beyond your prime years now, huh?
If that's your point of view, then let it be. I enjoy being in my 30s, thank you very much. You'll know when you reach your 30s, too. And that's inevitable, too, by the way. So anyway, how long have the two of you been seeing each other for?
For just about 2 months.
What? Wait, it's only been 2 months? And you're all right to get married to him and all of that? Getting married and having to live with him?
Well, I've never dated someone as perfect and sexy as Martin, so I had to snatch him while I could. And I always believe in love at first sight. As soon as the two of us laid eyes on each other, The sparks were flying for sure.
So you really love him that much? My God.
Yes, I do, and he's mine. Forever.
Well, if you're that serious about it, then whatever.
Just remember that Martin is now going to be my husband, okay? So don't bother trying anything with him. And divorce him already, will you?
I need to at least talk to him about all this, okay? Once we get everything figured out, which hopefully will be tomorrow, I'll talk to you again and maybe we can get things moving then.
All right, as long as you stick to your promise.
Sure. Hi, Lisa. It's me. I hope you know who I am. Anyway, last night my husband and I had quite the talk. I'll be happy to tell you that it went better than I had initially expected.
Then that's great. And I'm sure it was all about my new relationship with him, right?
Yeah, and it turns out that what you said was true. I didn't want to believe it, but he really has been cheating on me with you, huh? At least I know the truth now.
Yep. Like I told you. Nothing was a lie. So let's get going then. You're going to leave him now, right?
And that's exactly what I plan to do. I told him last night that things between us were over. We were going to separate before you came into the picture anyways. Even if we kept trying to keep our relationship alive, there was really no point in it.
That's great then. So when are you guys going to separate?
Well, I'd like to get all the divorce papers turned in as soon as I can. I'll have to hand those in at the family courthouse and get them reviewed or approved or whatever. But after that, I should be good to go. Happy now?
Sure. But I'd appreciate it if you could hurry up and get it done. We don't have time to waste. OMG, I can't believe that I'll finally be able to marry the man of my dreams. I'm so excited. I can't believe things are going so smoothly for me. You're actually not bad, Adriana.
Good. And hey, I have a few things to ask you though.
Sure. Like what?
What do you see in that man that is so good to you? Really?
He's not only really kind to me, but his face is just my type.
That can't be all you're after in a man, right? Why are you so excited to get married to him this quickly?
Well, I suppose it could also be for the money he has. Martin's a doctor, right? So he should have all sorts of money saved up. So I really want to tie the knot with him, and then get that money put to good use in my life.
Doctor?
Doctors are known to be filthy rich, right? So with that, I can quit my job and live the rest of my life as a free housewife. Having money come into the house without even having to work is the best!
I guess I should have known. So it's been mainly about the money.
Wait, before you think I'm a shallow person, Martin also knows about my love for money and things. So even if you tell him about this, I don't think he'll care. So you shouldn't bother with it. And just so you know, he really does love me.
You don't have to worry about me telling any of this to him. At this point, I have no relation to that man.
You giving up this fast has really helped me out a bunch. Then all you need to do now is get out of that house. I'll be the new lady of the house after you're gone.
You have a point. I have to hurry things up and find a moving company to help me move out my things then.
And maybe to make things go quicker, you can move somewhere like a small studio apartment, right? I mean, after you leave Martin, you won't have any money to spend. So a cheap little apartment should be the best option for you. And also, if you don't mind me saying this, I suggest you to pick up a part-time job too. You're not exactly young, so you should start looking now and take anywhere where they'll accept you.
That's fine. I'll be all right. I'll figure something out on my own.
You don't have to try too hard, Grandma. It's already hard enough on you being thrown out by your well-off husband, right? You might even have to live off eating the grass in a park to save you extra money.
You really don't need to worry about me. And before you start to even worry, I need to get this divorce paperwork filled out. And you should focus on preparing for your wedding. Am I right?
What? I was only trying to give you advice. Why do you have to be such a Debbie Downer?
By the way, I'm just giving you some advice since I'm his ex-wife. And Martin is actually pretty stubborn, and it can be hard for him to get motivated to do anything in life. So you might need to learn how to be the strict one in the house. If you don't bother getting any of the wedding plans figured out, Martin will definitely not do it either.
Well, I guess. I might as well get to it then.
All he really needs to do is be there to pay for it. So you should put your heart into it and find somewhere you have always been dreaming of having a wedding held at. And when it comes to the wedding, buy whatever ring you love the most, since he has all the money in the world to pay for it. That's my 2 cents for you. Anyway, I'm going to start working on packing my things now.
Okay. Are you sure I can do that? Choose anywhere I want and whatever I want?
Like I said, having Martin pay for it all would be the best choice. So of course. Or are you saying that he isn't willing to hand over the money for that? He should have already spent lots of money on you while the two of you were going out, right?
Yeah, I guess he has. I guess it won't be a problem then.
I'm sure that man would spend any amount on you.
That's absolutely right. I'm actually planning to use all the nice things you have in this house for the wedding. And you're going to regret having ever known me.
Okay, if that's what you say.
Don't forget that I still don't like you at all. I'll make sure that the wedding ring I choose has a huge diamond on it. A one that costs a fortune. You should sell your wedding ring while you can and use that money to get by while you live all alone. Poor thing. It's tough to be dumped by a rich man, isn't it?
You bet. I guess that's good advice from you. And it's not like those things at the house mean anything to me now anyway.
Ha! Serves you right for not having divorced Martin sooner. I just bought one of the most gorgeous wedding rings ever, Adriana. And on top of that, I booked our wedding at one of the most famous and popular wedding halls in town. Man, does this feel great or what?
Is that so? Well, congratulations. Right now, I'm still working on getting all my things packed away and ready to move. I think that by the end of the day tomorrow, I'll be out of this house.
I'm also working on getting this place cleaned up and ready to move. It feels amazing to finally move out of this small apartment. I'm really sorry that I stole your rich husband from you, Adriana. Good luck with your new life as a poor old single grandma.
I'm not even close to the age of being a grandma, thanks.
Well, whatever you want to believe. As for me, I'm going to be ready for this new lifestyle surrounded by money and wealth.
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, it's the truth. I'm going to have myself a husband who's a wonderful and rich doctor.
For some reason, I feel you're very much mistaken about all that. The only person who's a doctor in the family is actually my dad.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you're probably mistaken because my dad is the doctor. And Martin isn't. I don't know why you think he's a doctor. But like I said, you should know that he isn't. Okay?
I don't get why you're lying to me right now. There's no need to be so immature with this. Is this you trying to get back at me?
You really believe he's a doctor then? I think you should reconsider everything he's told you before you go ahead with all the plans you've made for the wedding in your future.
What are you freaking talking about?
I don't think Martin actually wants to marry you. When we spoke the other day, he was begging me not to leave him and that he still wants to be with me.
You think I don't know that that's blatantly a lie? You're not going to trick me into things like that, you know. Saying that he isn't a doctor. Yeah, right. Don't treat me like an idiot who'll fall for that crap.
I'm saying that he doesn't even want to marry you. I think you're the one that's being lied to by him, not me. I'm sorry to say this to you, but I think he only saw you as his side chick, rather than taking you seriously. He's not that stupid to choose someone because they want what little money he has.
What the heck are you going on about now? Shut up! Haven't you had enough messing around with me like that?
He doesn't even have a reason to want to marry you, since you're only working a part-time job. I mean, he's the one who needs money, probably more than you do. And he's in financial trouble now that I've dumped his sorry behind.
Why do you keep trying to make me doubt the man of my dreams?
I'm just saying that you're being played right now. I'm sure that the only thing he can hope for now is for you to have more money than him. Because right now, Martin is unemployed.
That can't be true. You have to stop lying to me about all of this.
None of what I've been saying to you is a lie.
I saw all the evidence he has showing he's a doctor. Inside his backpack, he had a photo of him with other doctors in a hospital.
You do realize that people can Photoshop pictures like that so easily now.
But he even showed me more pictures of him inside the hospital. He was there with other doctors and nurses, and he had on his lab coat.
I think those pictures are all from my dad's new hospital, which he built recently. We were allowed to try on the doctor's lab coats and scrubs and whatnot. You know, and take pictures for fun. I'm sure that in some of those pictures I'm standing there next to Martin wearing one too. It was the opening event of a new hospital, and it was so much fun actually.
What? Why would you do that?
3 years ago, when my dad first opened his own hospital, we went in as a family to have cool pictures of us all taken. Since Martin was my husband, in other words, family, my dad wanted him to understand where he worked. So he let us come in and see what it was like to be a doctor there. Every so often, when Martin and I have time to go out, we go there and see my dad. It's rare for normal people to go into a hospital and try on the doctor's outfits and see all the rooms, right? But since it was my dad, he let Martin do all of that stuff.
What? So is he really not a doctor? Is that what you're telling me? What does he do for a living then? And what the heck do you do then?
I told you he's out of a job.
No, you can't be serious. Are you being serious? OMG, no way!
As for me, I work for a company making medical equipment and machines for hospitals and smaller clinics. That's what made me the breadwinner when I was with Martin.
What about all the money that he used to buy me my gifts with?
That was all the money he took from me and my hard-earned money. And that house that I've been living in with Martin was the house that my father handed down to me. And when Martin became unemployed, my dad was kind enough to help pay our bills since I was the only one working.
So you guys didn't buy that house yourselves?
Nope. It was my dad who helped us get that house. Besides, that place is way too big for just one person, so my dad and I are thinking of other plans for it. There's really no choice for him, actually, since he doesn't have the money to pay any of the bills for that house. And my dad is definitely not going to give him any more money now that this has happened.
But I've already started preparing to move out of my place to go and live there. I threw out most of my furniture, TV, and the fridge and everything else. My clothes and my bed. Why the hell is this all happening to me now?
Well, that's just bad timing, I guess.
You! OMG. You're the one that did this to me. Fix it.
I think you're still confused about everything there, Lisa. Didn't you have a conversation with Martin yesterday, before you started all of this?
No, he's been busy for me recently. Actually, we don't normally call or text each other.
Maybe that's because he's been trying his hardest to get me to forgive him. So he doesn't have the time anymore to pay attention to you.
Well, the only reason I started dating him was because he told me he was a doctor. I thought he was just always busy with work. Are you telling me that he's just an unemployed loser?
He must have thought you were one of the lucky ones who gets to have a doctor as your sugar daddy, huh? The fact that he led you on like that only to turn his back on you the moment I told him I was leaving. Well, that must suck, huh? Poor you, Lisa. I just can't wrap my head around why men like that exist. I guess that's why he just wanted to play around with you behind my back.
What do you mean?
Well, because I could never be bothered to give him the attention he always craved for. He just wanted someone to give him attention, right? So he found you and used you for that.
What the hell? Shut the frick up! He's not using me. I even told that man that I quit my job at the strip club. I went around bragging to all my friends that I'd be getting to marry a wealthy man and would never have to work a day in my life again.
Well, maybe the two of you should have been more honest to each other. You were tricked by him, so maybe that's good grounds for calling off the wedding, right?
If I ask for that, I'll be made fun of by all of my friends. That's humiliating. I can't believe he would do this to me. I'm only 23 and he took advantage of me.
You say that now, but you had originally planned on marrying him before you learned the truth. He's going to come after you now that he has been cast out by me. Well, anyway, take good care of him for me, okay?
OMG, no! Why do I have to be the one to care for this loser of a grown man?
Because you're the only person Martin can rely on now. I'm going back to my parents for a little while, so he can't get to me anyway. He's actually very afraid of my dad as it is. But now I bet he's crapping himself whenever I talk about my dad.
So Martin is really going to move in with me? I can't do this. I don't want him coming into this small apartment and begging me for money.
Well, you might just have to now.
I can't take it anymore. What am I going to do about him? Now that he thinks I want to stay with him, he's been causing me all sorts of problems.
I knew he'd move in with you soon after I left.
He's even been coming to my work insisting we talk about this. But I want him the heck away from me.
Well, me and him are divorced now, so there's no reason for me to care what goes on with you both. All I am now is just another random person that isn't a part of your drama. And didn't you tell him that you loved him? You should keep to your word and start supporting your partner, right?
My partner? Oh, no. I only loved him when I thought he was a successful doctor. But since he's just a step away from being a homeless man, I have no desire to keep him in my house.
By the way, didn't you tell me you were going to quit that job as a stripper? Do you think you'll be able to stick around and continue working there?
Why? For now, as soon as I find a new place to work at, I'm leaving this job.
Well, you did tell everyone there you'd be leaving to get married, right? So I'm betting things have gotten really awkward there between you all. But at least now you can find a new start, and maybe even start working multiple jobs.
And why would I want to do that?
Because the money you're going to be bringing in will be a lot more important than before. You'll have to start paying off a court settlement in a bit.
What the hell? What the hell is that?
Don't be surprised to hear this. Martin cheated on me with you, so this was bound to happen. Of course, I'll be suing Martin as well, so you're not alone in this. But trust me, I'll be suing you for emotional damage and whatnot too.
I'm already borrowing a ton of money. You think I'll have the money and time to deal with a lawsuit?
Ah, you must have taken all that money out to buy that wedding ring and the wedding hall, right? Did you also have to buy new furniture and appliances and whatnot?
Stop getting all excited over this. I'm sure you made it seem like I needed to prepare for that lousy wedding right away so that I'd be out a lot of money.
Well, it'll be all right. You'll be able to pay whatever fine you have to pay in small amounts each month.
But aren't you living with a family who has all sorts of money now? There's no reason for you to be asking me for money.
Well, I'm not really a fan of using all my dad's hard-earned money. Also, I'm really looking forward to getting my revenge on the both of you. You've already spent at least $50,000, right? And I'm sure that hurts you to think about. So hopefully, I'm also able to get an extra $50,000 from you.
I see what this is now. This is the kind of person you have really been all this time. You've been nice to me for a bit, but right after I took the bait and fell, you want to finish me now, huh?
It's not like that at all, actually. I've just been thinking of the best way to make sure that your lust for other people's money doesn't cause anyone else any harm, like it did me. That should be pretty understandable, right?
You frickin' nasty dog!
The next time you'll be talking with me is when I have my lawyer with me to have a talk about how I'll be suing you. This will be the last time I talk to you, okay?
Wait! I'm not finished here yet. What am I going to do about Martin? Take him back! I don't want him anymore.
Maybe you could try telling him your true feelings for a change? I'm sure you're also pissed at him for the ways he lied to you, right? I think you should use that anger to destroy him while he's weak, so to speak.
You want me to end this with him?
You should tell him that unless he breaks up with you, that you'll take him to court.
But I won't be winning in that situation either.
Seriously? Just take my advice and make sure he stays away from you. I'm gonna get going now, so good luck with everything.
Wait, no. Adriana!
I couldn't believe my eyes when I heard that Lisa got arrested. Apparently, she went to talk with Martin that only ended up with her beating the living daylights out of him, which was how it led to her arrest. Then she had to go to court to stand in trial. And she really must have been pissed with Martin, because she told the judges that she thought she had every right to do that to a lying cheater like him. He couldn't defend himself at court since he needed to go to the hospital for his injuries, but a lawyer was appointed to defend him. But that really didn't help. The funny thing is, Martin actually ended up having to visit my dad's hospital for his injuries. And man, did my dad really chew him up after he found out what he did to me. I'm sure none of that taught Martin any new lessons, but it sure did make him pee his pants a bit when he saw my dad walk in. As for me, I'm back living at my parents' house. I'm still able to travel to my office every day from here, so it's not a problem at all. And with that, I can spend more time again with two of the best parents in the world. And I couldn't ask for more. Back when I was living with that mess of a husband, there was never a day that actually felt fun to me. As of right now, the two of them are slowly paying off the settlements I asked for, and hopefully that won't stop. And it seems like it'll take a few more years before they come close to paying off this debt to me. Lisa was bonded out of jail and has found 3 jobs that she's working day and night to pay for the money she borrowed from the bank and her other fines. It even looked like she took out over $70,000 for the wedding plan she had. So, good luck to her. I'd imagine that being lied to and played like a fool can be a very scary and dangerous thing.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one.